Okay, we are live. Thank you everybody for being a little bit patient. It looks like the internet connection has completely dropped in the Wakelet office, so I'm tethering off my phone. I hope that other people in the office have the same idea. If anyone can hear me, probably do that. But thank you so much, Stacy, for joining us. I know that you've just come off from this is the breakout session from the previous session, and I'm really excited to hear about what you're talking about and what you're presenting. I know that CTE is super important. I wish that when I was in high school, I was involved in some kind of CTE. The most that we got was like hey, you'd make a pretty good lawyer, or you should get into accounting. So it'll be really interesting to see how Wakelet's being used in that context. Wakelet portfolios in the context of CTE. So without further ado, I will bring up your presentation, and I will bounce off and take it away. Thank you so much, Stacy.
All right. Well, it's good to be here. I'm super excited. So we'll talk a little bit. Hi, Amal. So we'll talk a little bit about the career management plan that I use in my CTE classroom. So first, let me kind of explain what it is that I do. So I teach a course called Project Success, which I kind of developed on my own. Um, and so it is specifically designed to get kids familiar with the idea of having a lot of different careers available to them. And so when we're younger, I think we tend to realize the main ones like doctors, lawyers, um, nurses, teachers, anything that our parents are. But we don't realize exactly the widespread um, options that we have for career explorations or for careers. And so I think, I mean, and those careers are even growing by day. Like the ones that we had whenever I was a kid are not necessarily the same ones that are around today. Um, so getting them to look beyond and kind of explore those other options that they have that's what we do in Project Success. So it's a lot of conversations, it's a lot of research, and it's a lot of great discussions. So that's kind of what we do. So during our school year, we do career research, obviously. I bring a whole lot of people from the community into the classroom. So I try to find people from all different walks of life, all different career fields. I bring them in. And then kind of the kids interview them on how what their job looks like, why they got into their career field to begin with, maybe how much they make, not like super detailed on numbers, but like how what their options are for growth, all of those things the kids ask them about. And then also we talk about character building things as well, just because what it takes to get a job is not the same as what it takes to keep a job. So the careers that you have, there are specific characteristics that employers are looking for, and I think we hit on a lot of those in the classroom as well. And then what to do after you've gotten that job. So we talk about financial literacy, how to make budgets, how to invest your money. I bring in a whole bunch of financial advisors to talk to the kids about all those things. And as well, like healthcare, things that they're going to have to sign up for whenever they fill out those W-2s as they're going to get their first job at Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or wherever. Um, and then we also talk about resume building. The kids build their own resumes, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And then we do some interviewing skills as well. So it's kind of an all-inclusive. We do career research, community involvement, character building, financial literacy, resume building, interviewing skills. It's kind of all together put into one class where we just really get to be a tight-knit group, which is super exciting. So specifically for their digital portfolio that they create, we call it a career management plan. So we are putting a bunch of different things into this Wakelet that they use at the end of the year for the Employer's Choice Award, which again, I'll get into that in just a second. So the first thing that we do is a professional headshot. They have to have that. Then we create a mission statement for them. They create their own mission statements. we'll have an interest survey to kind of they'll take that interest survey and then make sure that the career fields that they choose are in line with what they're good at and what they are interested in. We go over the 7 habits of highly effective teens. And so they have a reflection that is based on that, kind of an implementation plan, if you will. Um, we have a proposed budget. So when they research all of their career fields, they'll have to create a budget um, in reference to those career fields. We do a resume, just like I said, the kids have to build their own resume according to the things that they've already done, along with some things that they're planning to do in the future, so goals and all of that stuff. They'll have to have 3 letters of recommendation from certain people in the community, and then they'll have an interview preparation plan, which we'll get into that too in just a minute. And then last but not least, they'll have a needs assessment for things that might help them along in their future. So the first thing that we do is take a professional headshot. And I have one of our marketing people from our district come in and teach the kids how to use their cell phones on portrait mode to take their own professional headshots. So we set up a couple of tripods that actually have the attachments for cell phones. And so the kids put their own cell phone in there, and then we show them how to get to the portrait mode and then kind of how to sit, where to look that would be the best for them. We talk about clothes. Generally things without a lot of print. You don't want a lot of makeup. You don't want a lot of fancy things because you want people to be focusing on your face more. Just things like that. So we'll talk about those things and then we'll go outside, provided that it's a nice day out like it was here. And so then the kids take pictures of themselves, which is really fun. And then they have those pictures on their phones, and they can upload them to their digital portfolios right from their phones. So it does work out well. And the kids really enjoy it because it actually makes them use their phones for professional reasons instead of just, playful reasons. And we talk about, no peace signs, no nothing. This is professional. So it's really cute because afterwards the kids really get to see the fruits of their labor. They get to see themselves, and then I've seen a lot of those posts or a lot of those pictures being put on social media afterwards because they realize the importance of having a really good picture of themselves without all of the extras in it that they like doing. So the next thing that we do is a personal mission statement. So on this one, I have an activity that the kids go through ahead of time. And so with that activity, I that at the end of it, then they'll come up with their own personal mission statement. And then from their personal mission statement, then I tell them that they have to go into Canva and create a document that is like a poster of their personal mission statement. So you can see that Eliza just kind of made hers simple. And so that's what hers looks like. And then Erilyn made hers a little bit more fancy. She used some of the templates on Canva, which was really cool actually for me to be able to teach the kids at the beginning of the year exactly how to use Canva and how to use templates and all the fun stuff, because we do use Canva a lot in our classroom. Not only in CTE, I mean, that's a transferable skill to all the other disciplines as well, because Canva is so universal. So it was really fun. And then afterwards, after they did all of the personal mission statements, I printed them all out in color. I laminated them all and I put them in the hallway. So we had those personal mission statements up in the hallway all year long. And it's just a good reminder for them of what they want to accomplish and what their center is. So anytime we were having any kind of issues, I just take them out into the hallway and I go, hey, is what you're doing right now aligning with your personal mission statement? Because this is something that you made up. So is what you're doing right now, is that aligning with your personal mission statement? And then, most of the time it was no. So in those particular instances, I was like, okay, so what are you going to do about it? Like, how are we going to fix this? So it's a good reminder for all of them as well. So the next thing, yeah, was the personal mission statement, and then here are the career interest survey results. And so what they do for this particular website, I'm not sure if I can. I think I can. No, I'm not gonna do that. Sorry. I was gonna try and get you guys to go to the actual interest survey. Um, but I don't want to take the chance of not being able to get back to the screen. So, so I do have the link on the presentation, and the presentation is going to be posted for you guys. So you should be able to go to it that way at least. So what they do is they take this career interest survey, and then they get their results. So this results right here that you see on your screen, that is when I took it. And then from there, they can take these numbers and input them into the website as well. And then that will spit out like 50 or 60 different career fields that they would be really, really good at according to their interests. So from that point, they select a career field, 2 to 3 of them, and they research that. They research those career fields pretty deeply to see which one they would be more inclined to do. And so from that point on, whatever they choose is actually the career field that they base everything else that we do in class off of. So from that point on, once they have chosen their career field, they do the research for it, they take the career interest survey, and they find their results, and then they pick one, and that one is what they continue with for the rest of the year. And so everything is individualized to them because they are basing it all off of that one career field. So the next thing is the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens reflection. So, like I said, we do go over the book. We read the book pretty extensively. We talk about each of the 7 habits really, really well. And then at the very end, well, actually, as we're going through the 7 habits, they do a reflection for each of them that discusses how they're going to use that particular habit in their life currently and then in their career as a whole. So I am going to attempt to bring this forward. I am not sure how this is going to work, so we're going to do this together, guys. So let's see if I can bring this. I think it's coming.
Hey, Staci.
Hey, sorry.
Hey, it's absolute chaos over here. Yeah, if everyone who's watching, please understand that like this is not like us. This is the chaos is simply a product of us losing internet, not a product of our talent or charm. But thank you so much, Staci. That was awesome. Are you done? Are you finished?
No, I was actually just trying to switch screens.
Okay, so let's take a look. It's
Yes.
back. Is that right?
Yes, that
Okay,
is what I
awesome.
wanted to show. I'm gonna need to go back and forth between a few different screens.
Okay, well,
Is
you
that
just let me
okay?
know. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, you just let me
Okay.
know. I'm here.
Okay. So this is one of the 7 habits reflections that one of my students did. As you can tell, he wanted to be a professional basketball player. So he did his reflection based on being a basketball player. So if you look for habit 1, being proactive is a necessity in life because it shows signs that you have self-awareness and willpower. If you keep yourself contained in an orderly way, the right people may have more respect for you because of the great conscience and imagination you would have to keep your composure. So as you can tell, like the kids really, really got into this, and they go all throughout the 7 habits. So we look at the very end, and it's even more. It just shows Douglas's his ability to connect with the 7 habits and how he uses them. Another idea is to have the kids actually do a video and talk about the 7 habits and how they use them. I really like having the kids do videos and putting that on Wakelet, just specifically because at that point it's coming from them. They may have written some stuff down to kind of help them with the video itself, but at that point that it's coming from their heart. And so I really like doing videos and posting those to Wakelet as well. Um, so I'm going to go back if I can, and then present another. Um, yeah, can I do that? Will this
Yep, there
work?
we go.
Perfect. Okay. So this is another one of my students. This is Emma. She wanted to be a graphic designer, and so she kind of did her portfolio or her reflection a little bit differently. So she took her 7 habits and used those she kind of split it up a little bit. So there's habit 1, but then there's habit 1 as well. So she took it and put in her school, at home, and then in her career field, and she kind of did a lot of different slides to go around with it. It made it a lot more visually appealing, I think. Why I chose graphic design, my skills, um, how my job aligns with my personal mission statement. Like she kind of went above and beyond on this, and I was really excited about this particular one. Um, so let me go back, and I'm going to go back to the main screen now. Oops, wrong one. Sure. Wait, I think I got it. Did I get it? I got it. Good. Okay. So that was the 7 habits of highly effective teens. That's how we use those. The next one is the budget. The budget is pretty important to me. I spent a lot of time and effort on this particular assignment. So they have to choose an entry level salary for their particular job. They have to prove it all with links and all the good stuff. So they have to do in their research, find out how much an entry level job in their career field would be paying. And sometimes that's different in different parts of the country or different parts of the world as well. From there, they have to figure out what their healthcare is going to be, how much that's going to be a month, their vehicle, taxes, the rent, cell and internet, savings, extraneous expenses, groceries, all of the things they have to complete. They have to be able to prove all of those things. So I want to show you. I want to show you what that looks like um, here. So here we go. So this is a copy of, this is just a clean budget that I have that this is what I push out to the kids. So this is not one that they have completed themselves. So the first thing that they have to do is figure out what their monthly or what their yearly salary is going to be. And then according to this bracket right here, they'll figure out how much taxes are going to be taken out. Um, and then so that will kind of let them figure out how much their monthly salary is going to be. And then they have to take out their health insurance from there using these brackets, their rent, utilities, transportation, all the things. And then this little tab down here at the bottom, the notes tab, this is where they go back and fill in all of their proof. So any links that they have to prove all of the things. This is where they're going to be proving all of that information. So this is really, really one of my favorite things. And after the budget, I get so many kids talk to me about, man, Miss White, this is the most beneficial thing I've ever done, even though they don't like to know exactly how the money all leaves so quickly. They they still realize how important that actually is. And so that's really cool to hear that from my students. Can we go ahead and split the screen again? Thank you. Thank you very much. So the next one is their resume. And the students do have to fill out a current resume with what they specifically have to offer at this point in their life. So they'll put their objective at the top. They'll list out their education, the things that they've done, any awards or accomplishments or anything like that that they've got. They'll list those out. Community service, they list that out. Any skills that they have. For example, I had some students well, I had one student in particular who worked a lot with his dad in the garage. And so he knew a lot about mechanics and he was able to put that down as a skill. So this is really just making sure that they can identify all of the things within themselves that would give them a leg up, and also to help them understand what they need to continue to do or they need to start doing in the future to kind of help that as well. So for example, if they don't have, oh, thank you so much. If they don't have a lot of community service activities, then they need to step up their game with that and make sure that they can put in some things that they've done around the community to kind of help out. Not only because it looks good on a resume, but once they start doing it, it makes them feel good inside too. So it's kind of like an ulterior motive there. Um, but they do have to put it in their resume. And then their letters of recommendation. I do require that the kids have a letter of recommendation from a teacher or a school administrator. And I send out an email ahead of time notifying all of the teachers and admin in the district and letting them know, hey, my kids are going to ask you for things. And if you don't have enough time to write one on your own, Magic School AI has a really great letter of recommendation AI writer. So that's really easy to just input some information and have AI write it for you if you don't have enough time to do it yourself. And then a community member, I make them go outside of the school and outside of their family to get someone else to recommend them. And so that's important too. A lot of my students were struggling with that one, and I was like, this tells you need to be outside, um, making contacts and making connections, and letting people see you for who you are. And that way they will be able to support you and give you their support when you're going to get these positions, and scholarships as well. And then last but not least, a family member. I know that one's a lot easier for most of the kiddos, but it does what that does is it makes their parent or a family member of age be involved in this process as well, because what they have to do is now explain, oh, we're doing this thing for project success where I have to get letters of recommendation to be able to be in this competition. And so, oh, well, what competition is it? So it sparks up that communication between parent and child, or, older sibling and younger sibling. As long as that older sibling is 18 and older, that was one of my requests, or that was one of my restrictions on it. But what it does is it encourages that communication between the family. And the next thing is an interview preparation plan. So what this is, it's 4 pages, and I know I've done this a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and bring this up for you guys because this is super cool. I was really excited about this. Um, so here it is. So this is ah, so basically this is just a um, kind of a script on what they will need to say during their interview. So what we did was we watched a video from Indeed actually that had the top 10 most asked questions in an interview. And so I split those questions up and geared them towards our class, and the competition that we have. So the first one was, tell me about yourself. And so I had them split it up into past, present, and future, geared towards their specific career field. So what led you to want to be in this profession? What do you do currently to help you become, insert here, and then how will becoming a blank make you fulfilled professionally? So, and this is all encompassed into their one answer. So when one of the interviewers says, hey, tell me about yourself, so they'll know to think, oh, okay, talk about my past, talk about what I'm doing now, talk about what I want to do in the future, and wrap it all in together. um, So it really just divides out the questions and makes them be more specific about their answers. And it's 4 pages of this, y'all. It is pretty intense. And I will tell you, this is one of the ones that they struggled with the most, but this is one of the ones that they needed the most. And once they were actually finished with it, it showed them exactly why they do want to be in it, why they should win this award, and to be more confident about it. So it was super enlightening to have them be able to recognize this about themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my regular presentation real quick. All right. And so the last thing that they'll put on there is a needs assessment. So this kind of goes into our Employer's Choice Award, but at the end, they write grants, actually. They will write a grant as to whether or not they should be given the tools that they need to be able to be successful in that particular career field. So it depends on how they're interviewing, it depends on what they put in their Wakelet, it depends on a lot of things, but their needs assessment is just them saying, okay, these are some things that would be really, really helpful for me in this particular career field. So the first one was $300. So they can't get the actual amount of money, but we can give them, through the grant, we can give them items totaling that amount. So first they have to do what in the $300 range would be beneficial to them. And then the next one, what would be beneficial to them in the $500 range. And that would be the finalist, or that's the overall winner of it all. And so some additional items that they would also put in this portfolio are highlight videos. You guys saw Douglas's a minute ago. He wants to be a professional basketball player, and so he actually put some highlight videos of himself playing basketball on his Wakelet, which was really fun, and it took his to the next level because he added that in there. Projects related to careers, I had several students make presentations just because they wanted to put something else in their Wakelet to give them a leg up on the competition. Digitized sketches. My girl who wanted to be a graphic designer, she actually is a phenomenal artist, and so she uploaded some sketches that she had done. Articles. I had students do that before, find articles specifically relating to their career field and put those on there to show how much they've been researching. I had one student who wanted to be a business owner actually go into Canva and create a logo for that business and put that in his Wakelet, which was super fun, as well as business plans. So we've had a lot of different um, options for the kids to be able to fill in. And then on the end, I do have the Wakelet links for my kids, for a couple of my kids who really went above and beyond. So if you guys, I know we're running out of time, Tisha. So if you guys want to get the presentation and then click on those links yourselves, feel free. But thank you so much for this opportunity. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Staci. You did fabulous. Listen, when I said that we were going to make history, what I need you to know is I didn't know that we were going to make history in this way. So I am here with you now, and I see more questions about the certificate. I've put that in the chat, but I'll put it in there one more time. It's also over in the main session. The main session also has collection links. Everything that you saw from Staci today, you will get that in the resource collection. So Staci will share that out. Feel free to share about the session. And if you are comfortable sharing your Canva presentation out, that would be amazing. I didn't get to hear everything like I had hoped, but I'm going to go back and watch the replay. But I know I saw the comments coming up. So detailed, great stuff. I think this project is so incredible for your students. And your students are going to present on Friday. So I'm not sure that we actually said that, but some of Staci's students are going to be on a panel with Ryan and I talking about the future of education and how Wakelet has really helped them with learning. Hi, Mispa.
Hey, sorry, I had to jump in and just say that I absolutely love that, Stacy. I was watching the whole time, and I thought that the level of planning that was put into this and the impact that that will actually have on students is spellbinding, honestly. Like whenever I see educators talk about the things that they're doing and the projects, I think about the impact that's going to have on your students, and then I go right back to my school experience and think about how things would have been different, or how much more empowered I would have felt had I have done an exercise like this. Because it's not just, there's so many other skills that they're learning and picking up through this one exercise: financial literacy, future planning, budgeting. Like, it's incredible. So being able to not just nail that one thing, that one sort of future readiness angle, and have all those things included as well, I think is so impressive. So yeah, really, really good
Oh,
stuff.
thanks. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank
I
you.
knew. So Miss Bet, I actually saw Stacy's project, and I was one that reached out to her because I went and saw the level of detail and then what she was doing with the students. And I was like, she has to present about this. Like, these people need to know about this, right? So I
Yeah,
agree.
'cause it's
It's incredible, incredible story, I think, that is going to continue. And of course, you know, Miss Bet and I really are all about future ready for students. So thank you, Stacy. Congratulations on your very first Wakelet Community Week and presenting for the very first time
Thank
for Wakelet.
you.
We are so excited that you did that. I put not only the certificate link in the chat for attendees here at this session, but I also put the collection with all of the resources for all of the breakout sessions today. And Mispa has to exit because he's got to go get ready for the keynote. You want to go get some water, take a break, because we have Nicholas Ferroni coming up, and we will see you all in that chat very soon. See you later. Thanks, Stacy.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.